I'm Thomas Hughes, minister in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. I have been serving them for more than 50 years, just retired from the ministry after 50 years of ministry in the African Methodist Episcopal Church. I've been in the Battle Creek community since 1995, and I'm affiliated with and the owner of T.M. Hughes Perry Mortuary. I'm a licensed mortician in the states of Illinois and Michigan. I'm delighted to be in the Battle Creek community. Honored to be here today to receive this award. As a child, my godparents' daughter and son-in-law owned a funeral home, and in my earlier years, I've spent much time around their funeral home, and I worked around there even before I was of age to work, cleaning cars, working in the funeral home. And so I went to Worsham College of Mortuary Science in 1970 and graduated. To receive this award from the NAACP is an honor. I'm humbled by being chosen. I've always tried to serve humanity as God has called us to do, both from a ministerial perspective and through the funeral service. There's a passage of scripture in Micah 6:8 that says that we serve based on what God has called us to do. And so I believe that as long as I can do that, serve mankind, provide services not only for funerals themselves, but other services that people need. One of the things that I've done since I've been here is made an effort to help families that did not need mortuary service, such as feeding the hungry. I've made it an effort every year since I've been here through one of the local organizations to provide food for a needy family based on that organization's belief of who that family is. People have been burned out, and I provided furnishings for them. People have been hungry, I've provided whatever those needs are. I try to do that as I learn about those things, and I support those organizations in town, in Battle Creek area, Calhoun area, Lansing, different areas, that are helping people who are less fortunate than I am. And the Lord has blessed me to have the resources to do that. And so I always look out for kids. I've helped several young people with college. I've helped several young people who are going through college now. There are several young people I'm supporting books, helping them with their tuition, and using whatever God has given me for resources for people who are in need. Sometimes it's difficult to find out what the need is, but I believe that if I give it, as the Bible says, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men pour into your bosom. And I believe that that is what I have to do in order to meet the needs of the community and of those people who seek me for support. I like to serve people, and I always look to do that in a fashion that is honorable both to God and to mankind. I have been as active as I could in this community, and I've offered services for the community with professionalism and with dignity. I believe that this is an honor for me. I'm just overwhelmed that the NAACP has selected the T.M. Hughes Perry Mortuary as that business for this year.
My name is Crystal Hall. I'm the owner of Cute and Sassy Styling Salon and CNS Barbershop. I have 3 blessed children, Gavin Pollard, Skylar Pollard, and Micah Pollard. I'm an avid runner, avid reader, and avid dancer, and I'm a Christian. It was an honor to me. Actually, I cried when I received it, that I am accepted by my community and backed by my community. And to know that my community values me, respects me, and wants to stand by me and honor me in this manner is huge for me as a Black female businesswoman. Growing up, all I saw was self-employed, Black-owned businesses. My grandmother was a domesticated worker. She had 5 children. She worked out of the home, sewing, cooking, making church hats. I saw Black-owned party stores like the Bogan Party Store, or here, Mr. Board's store, and even Lillian McGee, which is my mentor. So I've always saw Black-owned businesses. In the time that I was growing up, we supported each other in Black-owned businesses. My father, the former Pastor Kirkland D. Hall Sr. from Galilee Baptist Church in Lansing, and my mother, Chiffon Rogers. They had me doing hair when I was 11 years old because they figured with them working 7 days, both of them always worked a lot, that if I was at home and my hands were occupied, I would be occupied. So I actually have been doing hair since I was 11 years old. But the dream was I was going to college. Mr. Eubanks had got me into Wilberforce, and I had planned to go to college. But my first year out of school, I made as much money as both of my parents. My father is a journeyman electrician, and my mother was a lab technician at Post, and I made more money than them. So I got sidetracked by all the money that I was making. So that's what actually changed my dream. Yeah. Well, my parents raised me to have strong work ethics. I work hard, I work 2 jobs, and I feel a responsibility to my community where I came into a place where there wasn't that many Blacks, let alone a Black female, and to fight for my community. And I also feel like we should continue to support each other. If we don't have businesses in our community and we don't support those businesses in our communities, we're going to always leave ourselves vulnerable. And that's why I continue to fight to have my business in this community where I have the potential to employ up to 10 individuals. It is not easy, but it is my passion because I do want to see the Battle Creek Black community learn to fight for one another, support one another, so that we can have the economy and dollars in our own community.
Hello, my name is Deborah El Saleh. I am president of the Battle Creek A. Philip Randolph Institute. Here I have been since 1985. I worked for the city of Battle Creek. I retired in 2001. I started in 1968. I was there 33 years. I finished doing payroll. I belong to the NAACP. I belong to the Urban League. And there are other organizations that I partner with. I'm also the co-chair of the priority team for the African American Collaborative. Through the years, I've always appreciated and I've honored the civil rights movement. It made me have a deeper desire to now even continue to do what they started. Well, like I said, I worked for the city, and we decided, I was approached by Jim Shelton, and he was the president of the SEIU local union. He wanted to organize a union at the city of Battle Creek. So with me, Lindley Lloyd, and a couple of other ladies, we did organize the employees of the city of Battle Creek into SEIU number 26. I also did organizing for our A. Philip Randolph Institute state chapter. And I did that around 1972. And then in 1977, I was approached by the labor union here to organize an A. Philip Randolph chapter here in Battle Creek. So in 1977, we started organizing the chapter here in Battle Creek. It was up and running, and in 1980, we became affiliated with our national in Washington, D.C. And then in 1985, I became president, and I have been president since then.
I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm the youngest of 8 children. I went to St. Martin de Porres High School and Eastern Michigan University, majoring in criminal justice. In 1984, when I heard about the Army allowing women into combat units, I decided to join the military, and because I wanted to break those barriers for women. I was part of the 1st Armored Division. I came out of the military in 1996 and took a job over at the VA hospital in Atlanta, working in the nurses department, creating contracts for veterans needing home health care and home health aid. Initially, I had my own challenges with the VA. As a veteran and as a spouse of a veteran, going through different changes after I got out of the Gulf War, I had a lot of challenges and a lot of denials from the VA. So I began researching and the regulations and finding out exactly what I was entitled to. And with that, I had great success. And so I began to help other veterans who were having the same challenges. And it just came natural, just to help my fellow sister or brother. And with that, I officially became a service officer with the American Legion Post 298 and a service officer with the Disabled American Veterans Chapter 7. And with that, that gave me pretty much the official title to help veterans. I noticed in the community that there were certain veterans that were, I wouldn't say underprivileged, but just didn't understand, or they couldn't maybe read or write. And so when the paperwork would come in, they were very frustrated. And so I decided to take the time to sit with them and to, if not write something up with them, and to help them understand exactly what the VA was asking them. With that came great success. And so here I am today, continuing to do that service. 1998, my mom got ill and I transferred here to Battle Creek, working at the Federal Center, recently retired after 30 years, July 31st. While I was here, I became a foster parent in 1999 through 2016. And I had up to 29 children in my home. And it was very humbling. It just made you really understand that there were children out there that needed love, care, and religious guidance. And that was very, very humbling for me. Very, very, and let's just say it meant a lot to me to be able to reach out and care for our children. I'm very humbled to receive the award. I do things from the bottom of my heart, just from the humility of what I have, and to know that someone was watching and selected me for this award is very humbling.
Good evening. I'm Brenda Hunt, the President and CEO of the Battle Creek Community Foundation, where I have the wonderful job of working on behalf of this community every single day to work on our diversity, equity, and inclusion, and many, many other projects as we bring Battle Creek back to a whole new future for ourselves. Of the honors that I may have in a lifetime, this one means a great deal. It comes from an organization that I respect, that I've spent a lot of time learning, attending events, and there are many, many people in this community who help bring me up, help me understand things that I hope that I am putting forward when we make decisions in this community and who we include in those decisions. So I couldn't be more honored to be selected for this evening. It means a lot. I've always been, I'm a very fortunate individual when it comes to my career, because my career is a lot like my life. And I'm driven by the people, and I'm particularly driven by the people of Battle Creek, Michigan. And I am forever grateful for the resiliency of the people here. In my heart and soul, I believe in this community, and I believe that everybody here should have an equitable opportunity at prospering and living a life and being just having the opportunity to work and play and enjoy things like the privileges that I know that I have. Battle Creek, Michigan is my greatest inspiration, and in particular our children. I feel like we've done something and our kids have a place. There's countless other places in our community where we have built that opportunity and things that I don't even know about. But every day I give thanks for what I've been able to have and do, and I just feel like everybody deserves opportunity. And I'm driven by that, and I'm driven by doing that the right way, by listening to what people say to me, particularly organizations and people who belong to organizations like the NAACP. I try to be driven by what's right, and I learn the most about what's right by listening to people. My most sincere apologies for not being with you this evening. Well, sort of. I'm in Disney World with a 7-year-old right now, and I'm having a great time. It's just my pleasure to be able to take a child to Disney World. So forgive me and thank you. I am so honored.